Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. We're talking about marketing from around the country with really great people helping lots of different types of companies. Today we have Matthew Gillogly from SRP Medical Marketing here to talk to us. So Matthew, welcome to the conversation.
Hey man, thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Well, excellent. So we're going to get rolling with learning a little bit more about you and how you got started in marketing. Let's start there.
Well, I probably got started in marketing my first what I call entrepreneurial venture, and that was when I was working at the country club as a cart kid. We had a side business washing and waxing members' cars while they were out playing golf, and marketing at that time was one-on-one. But really, I got involved in direct response marketing starting at about year 2000 when I started my first what I would call real business, and we would do long-form sales letters to people that were in distressed properties to try and buy them. So that's how I got into it today. I've probably marketed, you name it. I've marketed on radio, print, TV, buying lists, internet, you name it, except for like the Goodyear blimp. That's about the only type of marketing I probably haven't done.
All of those make for great experience and great knowledge, knowing what to do, what not to do as you dive into other different ways to market a business. So you really have had the experience over the course of the last couple of decades as marketing has evolved, as the internet has evolved, and now you're focusing a lot really with some digital marketing for specific type of medical practices. So how did you get focused on that?
Well, I got into the medical space by accident. So it was 2013. I was doing some work for a friend of mine who's pretty well known in the digital marketing space. And the guy I was traveling with got me involved in the medical space. I wound up owning erectile dysfunction clinics. So we started our first clinic in January 2014. Within 18 months, we had 3 locations doing $6.5 million a year, fully staffed by doctors, all cash-based, took no insurance. And so I literally fell into that space by accident. I sold those clinics in 2017, at the end of 2017. And took a little bit of time off, but then just decided to help doctors grow their practices because, doctors are great at medicine, right? But they get as many classes in how to market and how to run a business in college that I got on how to be a doctor, and that was 0. So, it's a great symbiotic relationship because I really understand the challenges that a doctors face. I really get their thinking, I get their brain, and so our team's really able to go in and really help these doctors fulfill and live their dreams of having a successful practice that is not dependent upon insurance, that they can actually truly take great care of their patients versus having the insurance companies or the big hospital groups tell them exactly what to do. So, it's really great because we get to see great outcomes. We get to see patients healed. We get to really see great, instead of slapping a Band-Aid on something, we're able to actually fix the problem for the patients that my clients work with.
What you said about not learning these things in college is really true. And now you have someone going to the medical field trying to market and not knowing how to do it, especially when you don't have at least knowing that dollars are coming in from insurance companies. So the services that you're providing really do give them a real comfort knowing that you have found a way to help feed their practice with prospects.
Yeah, it's interesting because what most people don't realize is that the insurance model is, doctors get paid something like $27 for an office visit, and then they get paid that money 90 to 120 days later. And so, what happens is that the quality of the care that the patient receives actually starts to decline because the doctor has to see so many patients so quickly just for them to be able to cover their expenses. And so by helping the doctors understand the fundamentals of business, stuff that you and I take for granted, like what does it cost to acquire a customer, right? What's the conversion rate on first-time visits? What's the average revenue per transaction? What's the lifetime value of a patient? All of these things that we would just take for granted in the marketing space that we just know is secondhand, they don't really understand that. And so it's been really great to help them because by doing that, and somebody might be listening to this, oh, the doctors are just making a bunch of money. Actually, it's not just about that. It's about you having better care, right? Like, it's not about you taking another set of pills. It's actually about the doctor being able to spend 45 minutes with you and actually give you the type of care that you need in order for you to have a great life. And so, it's such a wonderful thing because we get to see such great patient outcomes, and I get to see a doctor who's finally able to do what they love to do, and that's take care of their patients and give them great care.
You make a lot of really strong points, because for the patient, having that insurance is very, it helps get the bills paid, but a lot of things aren't covered by insurance, and no one really sees the challenges that the practices have on their end to make sure the dollars are flowing and the paperwork's done the right way. And it really does bring those types of challenges. So having your services to bring them the clients, the patients, and not have to deal with that paperwork, and the dollars are flowing in so that they can really sustain the practice and sustain themselves, is really is a godsend to some of these companies who really don't understand marketing whatsoever. So we thank you for all that you're doing for these practices, and thank you for sharing your story with us today.
You got it. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
And thank you all for joining us today. It is really amazing, the medical world and the insurance world, and you have practices that are opening up really in need of clients and dollars coming in. So the work that Matthew is doing is really vital, not just for them, but for the economy overall. So it's great to have those resources. You can learn more on our site, Daily Ad Brief here. But go out and have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.